Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at game number 8 in our 20 from 1996 series. And this was, or at least the US release version, was based on a movie franchise. And this is called Die Hard Arcade. This was created by Sega. And it was, I believe, the last game on their Sega Model 2 hardware. This was also created by Fox Interactive. And that is the Dynamite Deca version that is released in Japan. Japan could not get the rights to the Die Hard franchise, so they called it Dynamite Deca and made a character that resembled John McClane from the Die Hard movies, played by Bruce Willis. This is a 3D polygon beat 'em up, not a 3D polygon versus fighter game. So it's kind of unique, and the 3D polygons do not always look that great. not the best 3D polygon effort by Sega, but this is still a really cool game with just an unbelievable amount of moves for your character. You can play one player or two players simultaneous play. And you will have a female partner with the John McClane type of character. And she is very, very capable, and she has, I prefer her triple jump kick. And yeah, you can knee the opponent in the groin. There will be some quick time events in which you must press the right button at the right time. And you can take them out instead of the enemy out instead of having to face them. If you miss, if you press the wrong button or don't press anything, then yeah, you will have to face them, or you might even lose some energy if you screw up. And this does not resemble any plot from any of the Die Hard movies, but we're just going to play as the John McClane character to begin with. There are just an unbelievable amount of moves. You can also grab your opponent by running into them, and then do a whole new library of moves. You can also pick up weapons. The enemies are very, very capable of picking up the weapons and using them against you. There will be guns, there will be... In this area, there will be a push broom. And there are a whole new library of moves that you can do while wielding a weapon. This game is really deep, and it's pretty awesome that it's that way. There's even a shoryuken that you can do with or without a weapon. There will be certain things in the background that look like they may hurt you, but they usually do not. Looks painful, though. And we have another quick time event coming up, I believe. Yep. And I screwed up. Failure. And you get to see your failure multiple times. Or your success. So now I have to fight this guy. But I didn't lose any energy just because I just missed him. But he's pretty easy. That is one of my favorite moves. Is the jump kick there, and you press I think B and C buttons together to do it. There are 3 action buttons. There's punch, kick, and jump. And some of the weapons are really useful if you can get them. If you can knock them out of the opponent's hands, and have enough room to use them, because the enemy will try to close in and knock it out of your hand. And that is a missile launcher. Super useful. There will be a bunch of bosses and mini bosses in this game. They have a really long life bar, or multiple life bars. I think during the game you can collect these letter H's. You'll see multiple things that are on the ground, and there will be a little colored square around them. And you can go pick them up. And now I have a gun. You can press down and fire, And you can crouch while shooting, which is pretty cool. You can even, like, kick while you have a weapon in your hands. These enemies that like to do a big splash on you, back away, and then after they land, get ready to do like a jump kick or something on them. It usually works. That is the main bad guy, and he has kidnapped the president's daughter and held her in this skyscraper. And the final boss is a bitch. He knows martial arts. He is a master swordsman. And this guy gets stuck in the crate there. If you have gotten, I think, a gun and you pick up this, or no, maybe it was a lighter, and you pick up this this can of spray paint, then you don't get to just blind the enemy. You can turn it into a flamethrower, which is really cool. I love the reactions from the enemies. It's very funny. They'll laugh if they knock you down, or say, yeah. But yeah, watch out when an enemy is far away from you. If they can get a weapon, they'll shoot at you. And here's another quick time event. A lot of quick time events. And here you just need to dodge out of the way of this fire truck by pressing the jump button. And again, there's punch, kick, and jump buttons. And here, the fire truck will shoot water at you. Don't worry, it just slows you down. It won't hurt you. Use these barrels to your advantage. We will see some, most of the game being played out with two-player simultaneous play. I'm controlling both characters. I wasn't as enamored with the Die Hard series as a lot of other people were, but it's alright. Mindless fun. And here you can pick up fire axes from these evil firefighters. Or bad guys masquerading as firefighters. Yeah, that H. There will be that. That can restore some energy. Or maybe that is to be collected, several of them, to increase the length of your life bar. And you can eventually have more than one life bar if you keep doing that, I think. There are also little pills that you can pick up, and here's another quick time event, and I failed that one. The 3D polygons are so blocky in this one. You might think it's too tough to forgive that, but the game is otherwise really cool. You can do attacks on enemies while they're down. Some of them will have guns while they're laying on the ground, and they can shoot at you that way. Yeah, you can do body splashes and stuff on enemies that are down. It's a guy that's a little overexcited to be peeing. Then he comes out and attacks you with hands that he didn't wash. Disgusting. This is about as far as I can get in the game. Sorry about there's a little bit of slowdown, but that's I had to use an old version of MAME to get this to work at all. Wouldn't work with the newest MAME or anything past like I think maybe MAME 150 is what this one is, and this was the only one that I could get to work. You can throw all sorts of objects. You can even throw that wet floor sign at the enemy. Very, very cool. Ah, this one's badass, this weapon here. Yeah, make use of all the big bad weapons that you can. Yeah. There'll eventually be a guy in just his briefs, I think, that'll attack you. But you can elect to continue, and you'll pick up right where you left off, which is great. So you can have a maximum of 24 credits. We're going to do a playthrough with the first player and the second player. The second player is named... what is her name? Chris Thompson. And yeah, first player is John McClane. And in Japan, since they didn't get the rights to the Die Hard franchise like the US did, player 1 is named Bruno Dellinger, and player 2 is named Cindy Holiday, and that is the Dynamite Deca version. There was a sequel to this called Dynamite Cop, and it did not have the Die Hard license, also known as Dynamite Deca 2. But yeah, your plot is to save the president's daughter, and the daughter's name is Caroline. Success with that quick time event. His daughter's name is Caroline Powell, and you're trying to save her from terrorists in this skyscraper building. Yeah, make use of that grandfather clock there. We'll scoot forward a bit here. Hey, there is a special move called Arrest. And you have to grab the enemy. You have to have a gun. Yeah, and then you grab the enemy by running into them and then press punch twice or kick twice. And once you arrest them, they are out of the picture. They won't be able to attack you anymore. They disappear. Pretty awesome. Here's both of us dodging a quick time event, or succeeding a quick time event. Yeah, we're just going to scoot forward to where we left off here. Yeah, if you can... Are those rolls of toilet paper rolling across the floor? There's a guy in his briefs. That little icon that you see at the bottom left, I think that's like a magazine. You can pick up extra clips for your weapon sometimes. And there we succeeded. We took out a chick. Clotheslined her. Friggin' Harley Quinn wannabe with her blonde pigtails. And now we have robots we have to take down. You can actually break off their robotic arms and use them as weapons. But watch out, if you're far away from them, they'll use a laser on you. And that'll drain your life bar considerably. But yeah, whenever you're out of life, that you'll have to spend to continue. And you can have a maximum of 24 continues in reserve. Just like Ed 209, they sound like pigs. When you kill them, they squeal. You cannot hurt each other, do not worry. Player 1 and player 2.
Shoot them yet! Police are moving in. Now get to the lobby. Get the hell out of here. Why isn't that safe open yet? Where is that girl?
Oh, dear God. Dear God in heaven, that's ugly. Yeah, the 3D polygons are pretty painful at times, but don't let that turn you away. This game is still really, really cool. I do not recall coming across this in arcades, and as I mentioned before, I was kind of out of the arcade scene by this point. But, yeah, this is pretty darn cool. And again, you can press down and the A button to fire your weapon and duck at the same time. And yeah, there's button combination presses and joystick and button combination presses that can just do all sorts of cool moves. I love that pin the opponent down and press whatever button to continue to attack them on the ground. Oftentimes they'll push you off, unfortunately. There are way too many for me to list to tell you about, but just kind of work with them. Jump, punch together, joystick press and jump and then punch or something. Yeah, they take the Shoryuken from Ryu, the jumping uppercut, and I think you press punch and jump at the same time. I can't remember for sure, but man, there are just so darn many moves. Moves when you run up and grab an opponent by just bumping into him. Moves when they're on the ground. Moves when you have a weapon in your hand. And moves when you have a gun in your hand. Moves when you have a club type of weapon in your hand. Etc., etc. Very cool. And now we're in the skyscraper's fountain. And here you have the fountain spray that can knock you down. And one of the earliest areas where there were the rotating fans, it's like the fan room or something, or ventilation room. You can run into the fan and have it knock you down, but most of the time, those type of things don't seem to really hurt you. They just serve to knock you down, or maybe incapacitate you slightly so that the enemy can get the drop on you. There's another quick time event where to jump away from the explosion. It's not going to be the same response needed every time. It looks like he's got tits. It's supposed to be body armor, I guess, but boy, it looks like he's got massive boobs. Pretty messed up. Yeah, the 3D polygons are not always great. Some of the enemies will block your attack attempt. Something I didn't mention is you can press the attack or the punch, the kick, and the jump buttons together. I did a little shoulder charge. You'll do a special move that will drain a little bit of energy off of you. It's a spinning kick, kind of like what Guy does in Final Fight. And this boss here can do the same. But yeah, maybe kind of bait the opponent into doing a splash on you, and get out of the way, and then turn around and do like maybe a jump kick or something. You can pick up these benches or chairs, toss them at him, use everything to your advantage that you can. Unless it's not the weapon you want, or it's really weak. And sometimes the camera zooming or zoom out is kind of annoying or off-putting or disorienting. One of the personalities of the enemies, it's very funny. Yeah, you'll have a certain amount of time to continue, even if there's another player simultaneously playing and you run out of time. Don't worry, you can still put in another credit and continue.
What is taking you so long to get rid of those SWAT guys?
And the president's daughter is hiding in that cabinet there, and she reaches down and picks up a radio to call for help. I think there's some graphics that are missing, and like I said, this is an old version of MAME, and that was all that I could use to get this to work at all. And here we're back on the roof, and this time we've got a satellite dish that spins around that can knock you over. But again, it doesn't seem to hurt you. I don't think. But yeah, pick up all the health items that you can. You'll see a little red or green square around them, which indicates that you can pick them up. Get all the life vitamins, or again, there's a letter H that I think you can pick up to maybe get some health back, or maybe if you collect enough of them, you get a longer life bar. I don't know for sure. If anyone knows more than I do, and it's quite possible, leave a comment. I like this part. He catches her, and here's a quick time event. You have to... Yeah, I screwed up. You're supposed to press either up or down to dodge that, and we didn't. Whether or not we dodge, we still have to face this robot, but we would have had more energy if we successfully completed the quick time event. And we have another robot. And again, they'll zap you. if you're in their line of fire. But yeah, just your regular blows can hurt them. Or it's probably best to use one of their mechanical limbs. Yeah, this guy is Asian guy is the final boss, and he's just such a pain in the ass. Actually, you face him several times. It's this little cafe or whatever, and another weapon that you definitely want to pick up. Try to keep the opponents away from you. If you go to a quick time event and the other player has died, then they cannot rejoin you for that quick time event. They can join you after the quick time event. Yeah, there's a vitamin, there's a first aid box, there's an H, and I think they can all recover some life. The weapons are push broom, handgun, missile launcher, spray can, fire axe, machine gun, anti-tank rifle. There's a club, there's a robotic arm, golf clubs. There's clips and magazines that you can reload your weapon with, or have extra bullets after you run out. There's a lighter. Yeah, there's a lighter that you can use with the spray can to make it a flamethrower. I think there's like a knife, a bottle or something. Was she gonna look like she was blowing him right there? That's the only reason I paused it there. Sorry, just had to make a crass joke. But man, this game is cool. I dig it. Like I said, I didn't come across this in the arcades, and I wasn't the hugest Die Hard fan. I kind of like parts of it. And this is not based on any particular one of the Die Hard movies. It's just kind of in the spirit of Die Hard, and Player One resembles Bruce Willis. I guess he's had some major health problems as of late. I don't wish that upon anybody. That's tough to deal with. I feel for him and his family.
I'm hiding in the president's office. Someone help me!
Ah, so the cat has found the mouse.
And now here, you have to watch out for these elevators. But whoops! But you can do an extra jump between those ladders and collect some life recovery items. Yikes! I like when they both fall and
Someone help me.
he catches her. Yeah, I think there was supposed to be some graphics in that in-between scene where it says what to the next stage or whatever. And there was a little prompt, unfortunately, from MAME that I couldn't avoid. Something funky with the graphics or something that that version of MAME did not like. Yeah, this was a pain in the butt to capture. I had to use Bandicam, and if I used just regular recording in MAME in the current version, it would capture just half of the screen's length, which was really weird, and I'd never had that happen with the game before when I tried to capture it. So I had to use an older version of MAME and use Bandicam's hotkey capture, which is not ideal. Oh well. Yeah, there's basically 5 stages, and some of them are short, some of them have a ton of QuickTime events, some of them don't have that many. But yeah, the QuickTime events, they're not always going to be the same. Sometimes you might need to do a punch, sometimes you might need to do a kick, sometimes you might need to do a jump. Failed again. Damn it. If you do both players simultaneous play, then it'll always be John McClane trying to do the trying to succeed, unless it's like a jump. Then I think they both will jump. But you'll only see John McClane do the successful punch or kick, I believe. Yeah, some of the enemies will like lie on the ground and shoot at you, and I would just kind of move to get out of their line of fire, or maybe close in and be like just above or just below. That might prompt them to stand up again. And there's that H again. I think the H will increase your life bar if you get enough of them. Maybe I'm wrong, I probably am. Let me know if you know what that does. Yeah. This game does crack me up. If you want to do the groin knee, and it is funny because it has a boing sound effect. Hey. Then I think you gotta grab them and then just repeatedly press kick. I think that's right. Yeah, if you get a successful punch, then I think you do like a dive tackle type of move in the QuickTime events. And if you do a successful kick, you actually do plant a jump kick right in their face. And you get a semi-instant replay of it, which is pretty cool. Even if it's super blocky looking. I hope you had a great Halloween. How many trick-or-treaters did you get? I got 1, which is more than I've gotten for several years. Halloween just doesn't really have the same impact as it had pre-COVID, I think, which is disappointing. I've got a bowl still with tons of candy left in it. M&M's, Snickers, Twix. Peanut M&M's are among my favorite candies of all time. Snickers are pretty good. I like Twix a lot. Take Fives are great. I really like those. I like whatchamacallits, Paydays. kind of like Butterfingers, Almond Joys, Baby Ruths. I don't have a thing for candy too much anymore. I do still like what do they call them, 100 grands now, the rice-coated caramel chocolate ones. I like those a lot too. But, I just don't eat candy like I used to. Don't really have need for it that much. And here is a boss that is a firefighter, or an explosives expert, and he can toss grenades. And he does the body splash too, but he's quicker to recover than previous bosses. And he does have sort of your same type of desperation move where you press all 3 buttons at once. Yeah, the controls are an 8-way joystick. The punch button, the kick button, and the jump button. Yeah, some of the bosses can like swing you by the legs and throw you, and you can actually do that too. I don't remember how exactly. And sometimes you'll be beating up on a boss and you don't see their life bar drain. And you're like, what's going on? It takes more than... It takes several hits to start that life bar draining.
So there you are. You got here just in time.
Is that a picture of Elton John on the wall?
But you won't live to see it anyway.
Yeah, this guy's a pain in the ass. You have to face him several times. Here he has multiple instances. You can knock the clubs out of that golf cart or golf caddy in the corner and use the golf clubs against him. But he is really tough. Knows martial arts, and he has things popping out of the walls to hit you. A bastard. And he will be tougher later on. His final appearance will have him wielding a samurai sword. Yeah, don't be surprised if you lose several lives. You can juggle the enemy if you can knock them in the air. You can just keep smacking them around as they fall. Kind of cool. And if you have a move where you can like kick him into the air, then yeah, you'll be able to juggle him, which is pretty nice. I do have to admit it is tough to get past the pretty crude 3D polygons, but it's well worth it. Again, I think this is the last game to be released on the Sega Model 2 hardware, and then they just went full on Sega Model 3. And yeah, this was developed by, I think, the Sega AM1 team. And then there was a team that was making games for the Sega Saturn, and that was their STV hardware. I think they might have had a hand in this, and Sega and Fox Interactive. And they climb back up to the roof for the final showdown. And here we got a helicopter sweeping around, trying to follow your location. And I think they're coming to rescue the girl and take you back to wherever you take you back to deliver the daughter to the president. He can not only swing his sword around, but he can also throw several daggers, or maybe they're smaller swords or something, at once. Well, like that. And you might have a sword still stuck in you for a while. It's, yeah, this is graphics aren't always great in this game. Still very cool. I do find the camera. Oh, there, she kneed him in the groin. I do find the camera angle spinning around to be pretty annoying. But yeah, just keep beating up on them. If even if it doesn't look like you're causing any damage, you eventually will. And yeah, he can block a number of your attacks, and his sword slashes can really hurt. Yeah, just experiment with all the moves. There's tons of them, and you can do them barehanded, or there can be a bunch of moves where you have a weapon and you can do a bunch of stuff. Pretty cool. Now, if you play two-player simultaneous play, just like the end of Double Dragon, you will have to fight each other to see who gets to take the president's daughter home. And if you play single player, then you obviously don't get that event, and right after the president's daughter thanks you, you see the ending sequence. But it's a little extra special if you play two-player.
Thank you. And thanks for saving me. I want one of you to be my new bodyguard.
And yeah, here's where you have to fight each other, and you each get the opportunity to pick up a weapon. There's two of them. I mapped both controls for player 1 and player 2 the same. And you have a time limit. Whoever leads at the end of the time limit, if you didn't knock out the other one, is the winner. You still have a chance to continue and, I think, restart the fight. And then you get the ending sequence. And again, if you beat the game with just one player, right after she thanks you, then you just go to this sequence. And we'll also see, here's the credits, we'll also see the Bruce Willis character, John McClane, win. And what that looks like. In either event, the other player is laying on the ground punching the dirt angrily. But this was Die Hard Arcade, again created by Sega, their AM1 department, and the Sega Saturn game development team, I believe, STV, and Fox Interactive. There's no score, there's no putting in the initials, which kind of sucks. But we'll see Bruce Willis, or the John McClane character, win. And he puts her on his shoulder. But that was Die Hard Arcade. And this is if neither wins, draw. Like if you ran out of time or had the same amount of energy. That was Die Hard Arcade by Sega, multiple Sega developers, and Fox Interactive. 1996, game number 9. Well, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me soon this was game number 8, sorry. Well, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me soon for game number 7. Bye-bye, folks.
Everybody knows what the world is for.